it's the playoffs. That's what happens. I mean, those guys aren't going to go away. We knew that. We knew it was going to be a tough series, and I mean, we're not going into any game trying to lose, but we weren't surprised by the way they played. We knew, kind of expected what adjustments they would make, and we knew it was coming, and we were prepared for it. And didn't make enough shots, make enough plays to win the game, and they did. So give them credit, and like you said, now it's our turn to get back to the drawing board, see what we can come up with, and be ready to go try to get one on Thursday. I'm certainly probably not going to share what we're going to do with you right now, but obviously we'll try to make some adjustments.
Cody, when you guys go 10 of 37 from three, so you look at those misses and you chalk some of them up to just missing, or you kind of have to look at why those shots didn't go. Like how much do you kind of read into those?
Yeah, I mean, it's always the same for us. I think that we look at all of them, right? You look at okay, we literally got some wide open ones that we just missed, and then there's ones where we don't run good offense, and those are low percentage shots. So really guarded ones are low percentage shots. And you just try to see where you can be better offensively, maybe just run our stuff a little bit more. We're doing a good job attacking some mismatches and some matchups that we like, but probably just got to do a little bit better job running our stuff and still continue to keep playing and find some good shots. So there are some on the table that were just wide open that we missed, and then there's places that we can be better for sure.
Chris, we were saying last night the bench had to be a little more assertive, more aggressive. Is there a way to create more opportunities to get more shots, or let them up?
It's a little bit of both, Doug. I think that, at this point in the season, I don't know if we're going to reinvent ourselves as a bench unit. I mean, if we're on the floor, Kawhi, Kyle, and Pascal, I'm not sure how much we should be trying to be primary scorers and just creating stuff for the hell of it just to make our stats look good. I think that at the same time, we got to find a way to be assertive, be aggressive, and I think that's why, running our offense a little bit more probably put us in some better positions to create some opportunities. But, regardless, we got to find a way to be better. Obviously, we know that, and, we'll look to do that in the next game. But, it's been something that we've been trying to figure out for a few games now. I mean, starting the playoffs is kind of the first time we've had these type of lineups, so we're still trying to figure it out a little bit. But us three coming off the bench, three guys that's playing the most minutes off the bench, definitely got to find a way to be impactful and just be better than we've been, and it'll happen.
A guy like James, making men's shots or getting men's shots, you have to hunt more space for everything.
Yeah, again, he's kind of the fourth bench guy by trade, just the way that he's out there spacing the floor, and those complementary pieces that we have are still trying to find ways to get involved and to create opportunities, and then that's all you can ask for. Is to get the shots. I know that he hasn't been getting a lot of attempts probably as he would like, and then you end up with 2 for the game, and that's just kind of the way those games go. So, continue to just stay involved, stay ready, keep getting your work in, and the shots will come eventually.
They're pretty unique in terms of the way that they manage their rotation. They're one of the few teams that start the second quarter with their starters. Does that put more pressure on you guys, or at least is that sort of different in terms of what you guys have to do facing different caliber of the lineup?
I mean, I think that's a sign of respect. We saw it a little bit last year too, where teams are trying to bring their starters back against our bench, and you take that and you tip your cap off. But that's kind of for the coaches to figure out the rotations. It's our job to be ready to go out there and play no matter what. And we'll see what happens in terms of lineups and matchups. But, that doesn't really affect what we do as players at all. That's kind of more of a coaching thing.
I don't know if it's the next man up, but how much do you think the second group is missing? Some of this cutting and defense and threes and all that?
Yeah, for sure. You definitely miss guys when they're out. I don't know how much it would have helped yesterday or the game before that, but you would hope that, a guy like that you would miss him and that he could bring some positive impact to the game. But like I said, that's the complimentary guys, myself included, just got to find a way to find some opportunities out there and, make the most of it when we get a chance.
Tricky is it if you want to take advantage of the mismatch that they offer with Gasol when they end up having a smaller player on them. Like, basketball 101 says you walk into the block and punish it, but then it kind of creates other problems for you guys.
Yeah, it's not that easy all the time, and I think that we definitely need to find a way to exploit that matchup. as best we can. And it'd be different if Marc was the guy who took 20 shots a game, but it'd be easy to just throw it to him. But him being more of a facilitator since he's been here with us, and being a guy that's been creative for others, it didn't happen as naturally as you would like. So obviously we look at the film today, see we can be better, see we can give him some opportunities, but obviously we're going to have to try to win that matchup and not bail him out. So they made some adjustments, but we made it pretty easy for him and didn't really put much pressure on them to make rotations.
What does it take away if you want to start using him on the block or in the paint more?
Nothing. He's still been the same way he passes from out top, he can pass on the block, and it doesn't take anything. It's just a matter of getting it to him cleanly and not wasting 18 seconds trying to force feed it down there. So that's what we got to be better as an offense.
When the rotation's tighter, how much more pressure does that put on the bench?
No pressure. There's no pressure on the bench. It's limited opportunities and different lineups per se. Whereas, during the regular season, obviously, it's a lot of five-man groups, and coming in with a bench, you know what your role is, coming off your work, where you're going to get your spots, where you're going to get your play calls. And right now, obviously, our job is to come in defense first, guard our positions, play team defense, and make open shots when we get the chance. So, like I said, just trying to, keep searching for opportunities, create some opportunities, be assertive, be aggressive. I can't speak too much for the other guys, but I thought that Serge had some great looks. Norm had a couple great looks, and myself, I'm still looking for some looks. So, it's going to be a process, and obviously throughout these long series, we want to continue to keep, staying confident, staying level-headed, and being ready.
When they're not going in, how contagious does that get in your mind?
No, it's easy to break. Obviously there's a thing called energy that is good and bad, and it spreads. But as soon as a guy makes one, that's out the window, right? It's just that's the name of the game of basketball. And I thought did a good job bouncing back after a really slow first quarter, the first half of the first quarter, and from then on, I thought we were just playing a hard-fought game. Yeah. Yeah, it was different. It was a different matchup, and I'm sure Pascal learned a lot. And obviously, we got 2 days to look at some things and break some stuff down. But I thought he still played a solid floor game. I thought he had some great looks, and he just missed them. So obviously, you give Joel credit. If you're Philly, you feel like you did a great job on Pascal, and for us, we feel like he missed some easy ones and see some more opportunities where we can get him more in space. And like I said, they made some adjustments, and we made it really easy on them, and we got to do a better job of just being better in what we do. Yeah, really quick, on the fly, and he even got better as the game went on. So that was good to see, and obviously from an offensive standpoint, just finding different schemes and different ways that we can keep running our stuff and put guys in better positions to score.
We just got to, like I said, we looked at film, saw how they were doing it. We talked about ways to go at it and keeping our spacing, our passing, and within our system. So I'm pretty confident. Yeah.
We talked yesterday, we heard from Kyle and some of the other players that the intensity wasn't the same as the Sixers have felt, the desperation maybe. Do you feel like a day after now that feeling has changed here in the gym?
Obviously, we were not desperate yesterday, but I thought that we played with energy. We held them to what was it? That's without intensity, you don't hold that kind of team to those points. So I thought the intensity was there. We just got a little stagnant offensively, and that's it. We're going to figure it out.
Marc, how much more do you need on both ends? Arguably from everybody, but from the second unit as well, in terms of getting a lift from those guys off the bench?
I think we all a unit. I don't see basketball as a first unit, second unit, especially in the playoffs, because we all match and we all play with one another. We start the game, but that doesn't mean that that we are. I don't consider it that way. But we got to do a better job of continue the pace, the kind of things within our talent and with our attributes as players. And the team system, what we're trying to accomplish on each play. Obviously, every play is different. Like Kyle and Freddie are different players. Me and Serge are different players, and we have different attributes. But we gotta be able to accomplish things on both ends.
How long does it take to turn the page on some of those open looks you're talking about that didn't fall?
You have to. You have to, but you got to take them. So those looks are good looks. You take them and take them over and over again, and that's it. You can get kind of stuck on a missed shot or two missed shots. Like if it's a good shot and you feel in rhythm, take it, and if not, move it. Like don't just overthink it and kill the flow of the game.
I think you took 6 shots last night. I mean, is that, as you're looking at the film, was that enough? Or should you have found a way to take more?
Don't look so much at the number. I just saw the opportunities on film to take more. I can tell you that 10, 15, 20 shots. I can give you a number on how many shots I would like to take. I just saw a lot of opportunities to get that ball deeper and put a lot of pressure on the defense.
Marc, do you like Philly cheesesteaks?
I don't eat them normally now, but I heard they're pretty good.
Okay. When you're going over a game like that, and I guess there's got to be that balance between just a ton of threes, a ton of open threes, but I guess you can't be too, you can't just say, hey, we'll make them next time. I mean, like, how do you find that balance and really addressing what's wrong and just knowing that?
Yeah. I think anytime, but maybe especially last night. I think when you're going through it or watching it, it feels like really awful, right? Like the offense is out of rhythm and everything's awful, and a lot of those shots don't go in, and it's usually not as awful, right? When you look back and stuff. But I think you're always trying to balance your improvement areas in your execution and ball movement and spacing with, hey, we did do some good things too, right? There's always the good and there's always the bad, and you want to keep one of those and try to improve on the other one.
And is there a way to get Danny more shots, or do you need to give him more shots to free up other space on the floor?
Well, I mean, I think there's certainly a way, Doug. We could pinpoint some more things to get him some more shots, I think. But he had I don't know, what do you have, 8 last night, something like that. Yeah, that's not a terribly low number for him. I think. I know what I always say. I wish he'd have 10 threes, take 10 threes a night, and Kyle take 10 threes a night. Right? They're really good shooters. But I think again for him, it's we've got to read the situation and the right play, and some nights the ball finds him a little more than others, and then there is some nights when he gets it going a little bit, we'll run some specific sets for him, etc.
Did their matchup changes affect the number of the shots he was getting and the ball movement to get him those looks, do you think?
I don't think so. I think those things affected some other things, right? I'm not so sure they affected his particular numbers.
Matchup of Embiid and Pascal. Pascal's best when he gets to the rim, Embiid's best at protecting the rim. What did you see in terms of how that affected Pascal, and how can you kind of move him around, or what would you want to do to get him away?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it affected him, right? He had a kind of a low shooting percentage night, especially for him. Yeah, I mean, we've got to make some adjustments there on what we think we can get him in some better situations. And I think he took 25 shots last night. I went and kind of clipped them all just to see what it was. I kind of again felt that during the game that some of them maybe weren't the best choices. And there was only a couple, there was only a few that weren't very good choices. And I think a couple times he had the space just to shoot, and he kind of tried to take up the space and take him on. I think he had one offensive rebound where he turned, and Embiid was there too and tried to take him on. And I don't know. I don't think if it was me, I probably wouldn't go to the rim and try to take him on. But there's some other things he could do maybe.
I know you were asked before game one about some of the unique things they do with the rotation and be in and out, starting the second quarter with their starters. What goes into that decision as to whether or not you guys are sticking with what you do or leaning towards matching up?
Well, I think, I think, Josh, that for me it was trying to stick to our guns a little bit and our rotations felt really good for 5 straight games, like really, really good, right? Not just okay, like really, really good. So, and again, don't think that I'm not tinkering with those in my head all game long. And then, of course, when it's over, you know, some of the suggestions and things I was thinking about doing, I wish I would have done. You always do that, right? So, you know, I think the thinking was, again, I really liked the way Serge played Embiid in the regular season, right? He had some really good moments against him there, so I wanted to continue to explore, you know, and take a look at that a little bit. And then the rest of it is just, you know, it flipped around a little bit last night. I ended up, you know, taking Pascal out a little earlier because he just was having a different kind of game and letting Kawhi run and things like that. So there's, you know, you're always kind of tweaking it a little bit, and we'll probably tweak it a little bit more as we go.
When you go to that second unit, do you need more on both ends?
Yeah. I think that's for sure, and I think that's probably a pretty hot topic after tonight, after last night, right? But again, I know this isn't probably this isn't rocket science here, but for me, like, I'm more concerned that those guys come in and execute with, like, pinpoint accuracy the defensive game plan, right? We can't have, because those guys are all good defenders, like really good, right? And we just can't have not any, but we got to have very limited mistakes as far as, are we doing the right things? And that, you know, that's to me, like, that's all what our defense is about. I mean, offense too, but are we on the same page? And are we trusting the coverages? And are we executing them right so that, you know, so that we can stay tied together? As soon as somebody blows a coverage, you're unraveled, and now you're in scramble. And that concerns me the most. Now, back to getting them some opportunities at the offensive end where they can succeed, I think yes would definitely be the answer, right? I think Serge only had 5 attempts last night. I thought they were all really good shots, really good. Freddie only had 2. I'm a little surprised, kind of, Doug, back to your point that the ball, with some of the things they're doing, isn't finding him just by chance a little bit more for him to have some opportunities. So I think it's just maybe the way the ball was moving strangely last night a little bit.
Are you seeing far too many breakdowns by that second group defense?
No, not far too many, Doug. I guess I'm greedy. I just want it to be rock solid, right? And not have any, if I could choose between far too many and any.
You tighten the rotation in the playoffs. Is there an adjustment period here, maybe? Do you give us some time to figure this out?
Well, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think if there is, we adjusted really fast again, because you got to be happy with the last 5 games and how everybody's played and looked tied together, and the defense and all those kind of things. But I think as well that a different series changes things. I think games within a series change things. I mean, they changed their rotation pretty drastically last night from one game to the next, right? So, you got to be flexible, I think, and we should be flexible, right? We should be flexible.
Could you extend yours and maybe give Patrick some run instead of like 90 seconds that Jody is just time? But
yep.
Could you extend it to that 9th guy?
Of course. Yeah, of course. There's a lot of things we could do, right? I think and you've seen some of them. I probably won't mention them here today, but certainly, and again, in the first half, I didn't play Jody and went back with Danny, right? And in the second half, I kind of figured, well, Danny hasn't hit any shots either. Let's see, if one of our guys coming off the bench will shake free for one and maybe get an opportunity. Jody had an opportunity, right, to bang a corner 3. Didn't work out. Sometimes you roll the dice a little bit and it didn't turn out.
Just where you're feeling, far away do you think OG is, and what have you missed without him out
I don't really have much of an update on him, so they're not. I don't think there's anything close at all. It's not like we're checking daily. I know he's off for something today. He wasn't here today because he had a doctor's appointment. Okay, so there's really no update. Well, I'll try to ask a little bit more here because I've been getting that question a little bit and see where he's at. But I think we're a long, long ways away, Josh. Well, this is a big team we're playing, right? And at all positions, not only with just their centers, but their point guard, their wings. They're all big and strong, and OG's big and strong, and he could be in there fighting a little bit inside and rebounding, and he's a good defender, right? He could be another option on one of their on any of those guys.
You guys, like Fred and Norm, who are obviously big. I mean, what kind of a challenge is that for them against this particular?
Well, I think, again, Freddie didn't get much going offensively with only 2 opportunities last night, but he was really good defensively, right? He was really good. So he's done his job all these playoffs. He was really good on Ross. He's been really good on Reddick as well. So he's done excellent on defense. And again, I thought Norm's been pretty good on defense too. He had a couple last night. He probably would like to have back on a couple things. But again, I think Norman's the type of guy that grows in a series. In fact, I'm not worried about him. I'm looking forward to him. He kind of learns what's out there, and it sinks in a little bit as we go, and performs a little better late in the series, in my opinion.
Who are you worried about?
Me. I'm worried about me.
You mentioned often, we all seen it, that Serge seems to ease into games.
Yes.
How can you make that not happen? How can you change his?
Yeah, I don't think he's easing into him. I don't think that. I think it's not like he's going half speed and needs to get his motor humming to get going full speed. But you're right. I mean, he seems to make more plays late in the games and things like that. It isn't like we don't address it and try to get him ready and stuff. I think he may be adjusting to coming off the bench just a little bit, right? Not used to that. But it's kind of been like that a little bit, and if I should share this or not, but I used to sit next to Rex, and I'd be saying, man, Serge is, he was just hang on, Serge, he'll get going as the game goes on, he'll get going. Rex telling me that a lot, knowing him from Oklahoma City and stuff. So yeah, it's just maybe who he is. I'd rather have it be that way than the other way around. Yeah, they did a good job on him, right? They made it a lot harder, obviously, and I still think he made a lot of really good plays and made some good decisions. He's just reading things really well, right? He's reading things really well and getting to some places where he wants to go. But yeah, of course, it's great. It's like I didn't think again we had some kickouts from him that were really good shots, and those are some of those things we're gonna have to live with. He can't take on everybody. He's got to make the right play, and I think for the most part, he really did, right? So, but it's good to see him playing this way, of course. No, I appreciate it. It's obviously like super big time, right? To watch what he's doing out there. So it's amazing. It's the best part of the job, without doubt, to be able to stand right there on the court and watch guys like him play.
Have you ever seen anyone play better than this under these kind of conditions?
In person?
Yeah, sure.
On our team or anybody? Probably not on our team, no. Probably not on our team. There was a guy we used to play, I can't remember, it wasn't pretty good last couple of years.
You ever see a coach go as deep as Brett Brown went onto the floor last night?
Yes, I have. Several times.
Did you make a note of that to the officials?
I asked him about it. Yeah.
Any feedback?
No, they said they didn't see it.
Nick,
Yeah.
you got a 7-footer locked up by, unless you guys want to see it.
No, that's good. It does very little to do with the game.
He's on the floor, other than that.
You've got a 6'8" guy guarding a 7-footer in Gasol. Why is it not as simple as Gasol just walking him down the block and you throwing it to him for a touch?
Well, they're also double teaming once he gets it. That's he's got two guys on him once he does get it.
And so, I mean, does that not itself create an opportunity if you know they're going to do that?
Yeah, it did create some opportunities, right? I mean, a few of those layups Pascal got were directly under the basket from Gasol, and there was some kickouts there. But I feel your point.
Nick, you often say that shooting can be contagious. Can cold shooting be contagious too? Did you sense
Yeah, of course.
at all for them to be shooting the three when it wasn't going that?
Not really a reluctance. I don't think so. Again, we talk about rhythm shots and taking them, and we're getting good shots and things like that. We can execute better. We can space better. We can pass it out with a little bit more zip on it to get those shots a little bit cleaner, maybe. But I think again they were playing really hard and really good defense. I give them a lot of credit. It's like. It's not unlike some nights when you think our defense is really good, and then you go back and watch the tape and saw that they had 10 wide open threes, but they missed them. But part of that is a byproduct of the initial part of the defense or the initial flow of the game, because they are taking away things, and you think, oh man, we finally got an open one, and you really want to make it badly, right? Instead of just taking it in your rhythm.
With Embiid specifically, they bring them within a half. They start them, take them out, come back in, take them out, come back in. That's obviously not a normal pattern. When you're considering rotations and matching up, are you cognizant of not wanting to do that with your players just because it is so abnormal and might disrupt a rhythm, or is that not?
Well, I obviously think about it, Eric, right? I mean, it was one of the things early on that I was thinking about in the game. But again, back to kind of Josh's question is I just kind of wanted to see it play out, and Marc's playing really well, and Serge is playing pretty good, and the rotation's been the rotation, and again, it didn't go quite well. I'm not sure I'd blame it on our rotation last night, but there's a number of things, and you always got to examine anything you think it could be, and that's one of them, right? So again, we'll continue to examine it and think about it, and maybe I'll pull the trigger in a different direction next game.